My name is Dr. Nicole Williams, and I am the founder of the Gynecology Institute of Chicago. When I heard about working with people overseas, I was initially petrified. And I'd worked with an answering service in the past, but you would get some random person in some random place every single time. You never really got a dedicated team dedicated to your practice. So that made me afraid initially to work with a remote service. I heard about Teamficient through a colleague of mine that had been using Teamficient for many months, and they recommended them, and it's really the best business decision I could have made for my practice. My first meeting with Teamficient was remarkable. Each of my staff people who were going to be my Teamficient staff people got on a video chat with me, introduced themselves, and let me know everything about what they can bring to the table to make my practice successful. My biggest fear about using a remote operator was the fact that my remote team and my on-site team wouldn't work well together, but that could be further from the case. My on-site and my Teamficient team work incredibly well together. We're always messaging, we're always closely in contact, and that really has put me at ease in making sure that my patients are served best, whether they're on-site or whether they're remote. What helped me decide to work with Teamficient was the fact that my operators were professionals. I had nurses, I had graduate students, I had people with collegiate level experience. And when you're talking to your patients, that's really what's most important. It was incredibly easy for me to integrate my remote staff with my on-site staff because Teamficient took the reins. They made sure that the phones were integrated appropriately, made sure that my call tree was integrated appropriately. All I basically had to do was say, hire Teamficient, and just sit back, relax, and let them take the reins. So the Teamficient operators help us with scheduling, rescheduling, even scheduling ultrasounds, and even surgeries. The important thing about that is that because Teamficient is basically my front-facing staff, they do an incredible job of making sure that all of my patients' information is obtained, making sure that the on-site people get all of the information that they need in order to care for our patients appropriately. My experience with Teamficient has been nothing but par excellence. I have been able to allow my staff to be so much more free to take care of the patients, focusing on the patient who is right here with us, and allowing the Teamficient staff to handle basically all the rest. The productivity reports that Teamficient provides to us is so important because it allows me to know how many calls are coming into my practice, how many of those calls are actually turned into appointments. And so then when we're looking at our bottom line every single month, we already know that Teamficient has given us value. If I'm talking to any of my colleagues about practice management, phone calls, how to field them, and how to better serve their clientele, I always mention Teamficient. It's really a no-brainer. You take the burden off your staff from the innumerable phone calls that you're getting and allow your front-facing staff to take care of the patient in front of them and allowing Teamficient to work in the background. If you have any reservations about working with Teamficient, please know that there is nothing to be worried about. You will have a professional staff dedicated to you, and you'll get reports so that you understand that the value that Teamficient brings is far greater than any other investment you can make with your phone service.